It's hard to believe, but the new year is just about here. We can finally say goodbye to this crappy year and say hello to 6772, assuming you use the Assyrian calendar like I do. But if you're one of those weirdos who go by the Gregorian calendar, you're saying hello to the year 2024. If you're like me, you'll be writing the wrong year on everything for the next 3 months. But even though I might not be able to accurately tell you what year we're in, or even what day of the week it is, what I can tell you with 100% certainty is what's going to happen in the music world in 2024. So join me as I gaze deeply into my crystal ball while watching Headbangers Ball and smoking tetrahydrocannabinol. But I won't stall. Here are my 2024 music predictions, y'all. Number 1. In the past, drowning in a pool of your own vomit or using a 20-gauge shotgun to paint your greenhouse red pretty much guaranteed the end of your recording career. But with the help of AI, musicians who have been dead for decades will start putting out new music again. Lots of it. I doubt John Lennon could have imagined that the Beatles would be releasing new music 43 years after his death. But since their 2023 AI-enhanced song Now and Then made lots of cash, I predict that whoever owns the rights to the Beatles catalog will start putting out new AI-generated Beatles songs every now and then to make even more money. But it won't end there. Once the tech gets just a little more advanced, entirely new AI-generated albums from bands like Nirvana, Zeppelin, The Doors, and so many others will be dropping left and right. But since AI isn't quite able to create entirely new albums from scratch yet, in the meantime, greedy record labels will use existing artificial intelligence to artificially boost their sales. Number 2. Up until recently, remastering an entire album took lots of work and cost lots of money. So record labels generally only remixed and remastered albums that sounded like absolute shit. But in recent years, there's been a trend towards remastering albums that totally don't need to be remastered. Why? So labels can release those remasters and reline their pockets with cash. And now, with AI mastering software like Ozone and Lander, labels can easily remaster entire albums with the click of a button. Which would be fine if it wasn't for the fact that 90% of remasters sound worse than the originals. But the labels don't care. In fact, they'll benefit from their AI remasters sounding worse, because then the fans will complain about them and insist that the labels reissue the original albums, which of course they'll do, thus profiting further. So, in 2024, you can expect to hear lots of repulsive remasters of all your favorite releases, and then reissues of the originals after everyone realizes the remasters suck. Number 3. In 2024, some nobody is going to blow up. But it won't be me, and it won't be you. It'll be some dude you've never heard of who will come out of nowhere with a song that tickles people's heartstrings in just the right way. They'll get all kinds of lucrative offers, they'll get to go on the Joe Rogan Experience, and even though you secretly like the song because it speaks to you just like everyone else, you relentlessly talk shit about both the song and the artist because you feel like you could have written that song, and it should be you with all that fame. First of all, if you could have written that song, you would have written that song. But since you haven't written that song, no one but you believes that you could write that song. And second of all, you should be thankful that you're not that dude who blows up, because by this time next year, no one will even remember his name. It's like that old saying, he who blows up quick today will in 6 months be sucking dick for pay. Number 4. If you're over the age of 25, you're going to think that all new bands and artists coming out in 2024 are absolute dog shit. Rather than trying to explore new musical genres, you're going to continue to listen to the exact same shit you've been listening to since high school, which is also the same shit you'll continue to listen to until the day you die. The only new music you'll even consider listening to is if one of the aging bands you like puts out a new record. You'll listen to it once, say, it's okay, but it's not as good as their early stuff, and never listen to it again. Number 5. Ironically, if you're under the age of 25, you're going to start getting sick of how pristine and artificial most new music sounds and start listening to more raw, authentic artists and bands from decades past. Or at the very least, you'll start wearing t-shirts with logos of classic rock bands since you can now buy them cheaply at Walmart. And then when an old fart like me, someone who cringes at the thought of 90s bands being considered classic rock, sees you in a Nirvana t-shirt and says, "Hey, nice shirt. You like In Utero or Bleach better?" You shrug and look at me blankly. And then, when I realize you don't actually know a single fucking Nirvana song, I shake my head and say, never mind, which goes right over yours. Number 6. Even after all this time, In 2024, the government still won't release Jeffrey Epstein's client list. Yet, somehow his Spotify playlist will get leaked. Some of the most popular tracks on it? 17, Cherry Pie, Jailbait, Island Fever, Every Breath You Take, Somebody's Watching Me, Going Blind, Don't Stand So Close to Me, Island in the Sun, Smooth Operator, and many more. Number 7. Ticketmaster has mastered the art of ass-fucking its customers in as many ways as possible. What the hell are all these fees for? I give you money, you give me ticket. How hard is that? You're like the HMOs of the music world, greedy middlemen who don't even need to exist. But you do exist, and will continue to thrive in 2024 as you jack up ticket prices even further and keep buying out any and all competition. However, I also predict that more and more acts are going to start saying, fuck Ticketmaster, and begin booking their shows directly through venues not controlled by Ticketmaster's parent company, Live Nation. No bullshit fees, none of that nonsense. Let's all say it together. Fuck Ticketmaster. Number 8. In 2024, a few classic rockers in their 70s and 80s who spent decades on the road, heavily abusing drugs and alcohol, and eating nothing but fast food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day, will pass away. And everyone will act all surprised and say, I can't believe he's gone. How could he leave us so soon? But what you should be saying is, I can't believe he was still alive. How the fuck did he live so long? Also in 2024, some young rapper you've never heard of will pass away. And even though none of your friends had heard of him either, they'll all start blasting his music, acting like they've been his biggest fan since day one, and start saying things like, he was an old soul taken from us too soon. But since his old soul ate a handful of Percocet too soon after downing a fifth of vodka, now his young body is 6 feet deep. Number 9. In 2024, bands that should have called it quits years ago with members who can't stand each other will reunite for the 8th time to do one last tour. The music will be bad and the tickets will be overpriced, but you won't care. You're finally going to go get to see that band you never thought you'd get the chance to. Although, I don't know why you thought that, since the band members are all desperate for cash and have already done 7 farewell tours over the past 5 years. But by all means, spend half a paycheck on a ticket in Section 38, Row Double Z, where you'll watch the entire show on the massive view screen since the stage is too far away to see without a telescope. Number 10. My last prediction for 2024 is that I will continue to make these stupid videos and you will continue to watch them. Additionally, you'll buy all the t-shirts, CDs, and other shit I start trying to sell you so that I'll have money to buy more music gear that I don't need and can talk shit about in future videos. Maybe even upgrade my Squier Strat to a nice Mexican Fender. Wouldn't that be nice? A boy can dream, can't he? Bonus prediction. I predict that right now you'll tell me in the comments what your music predictions for 2024 are. Or at least tell me how wrong my predictions are. To be serious for like 7 seconds, I just want to thank every one of you who took a chance on a new channel and watched my videos in 2023. It really means the world to me. To every single one of you who watched my videos, commented, liked, shared, and subscribed, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. You're fucking awesome. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Unless it's me talking shit in one of these videos.
You're so annoying.
If you'd like to hear some of my music, I predict you'll click the link in the description or search for this dude on Spotify, YouTube, or wherever else you predictably go to listen to music.